Taggage. I was tagged by Ian, Lime Green Potato, and by MoneT. So thanks for tagging me. It's my first tag video, so yay! That's exciting. I don't know actually if I'm going to tag anyone though, because I think we'll all know like the same people, so everyone will be tagged already. But anyway, on with it. How old are you? 27. What is your occupation? I'm not sure I would call it an occupation as such, but I work in a juice bar. Maybe my occupation is student in hiatus. What is your relationship status? Single and looking for the one. It's so corny, but I love that saying. 3 things you can't leave the house without. Phone. House keys. I have to show you this, it's so cute. Little elephant that I got from a friend. And wallet. Where are we? I should have been more organised and got these, but there we go. Wallet. Okay. Moving on. What grosses you out? Many things. Flies, bugs, public door handles and doorknobs and buttons, and people who don't wash their hands after going to the toilet. People who don't cover their nose and mouth when they sneeze around others. Pigeons. Oh, I'm starting to feel ill just thinking about all this stuff. I'm changing the answer to my last question to something else. Hand sanitizer. I'm going to swap my phone for hand sanitizer. So when I leave the house, I'm taking my wallet, my keys, and hand sanitizer. There are more things that gross me out, but I'll leave it at that for now. Vomit. Oh! Let's move along. Best day of your life. I'm not sure, like, about what my best day is. Like, I mean, I've had a lot of good days, but, the one that springs to mind first is like, alright, so I was living in England, it was August 2004, August 20, and I went to Birmingham Party in the Park because Darren Hayes was there, and so he performed his 2 songs, and then I ran off and like found where the exit was, but there was only me and 2 other girls there who were waiting for Mark Owen. Then this car drives out, and I'm like, but then I thought, like, no, calm down, because it had already gone past anyway. And then the girls are like, oh my god, it stopped, and it's coming back. And then, like, so I looked, and the van was like 20 meters down or something, like, no joke, and reversed back to where I was. Oh my god, and I was dying. And then the front window wound down, and I saw it was this guy, Robert, and he, like, just casually, like, puts his arm in the window and was like, yeah, he's in here, and I was just like, oh my god. After what seemed like ages, like the back door like slid open, and then Darren climbed out and was like, I remember you giving me a hug, and oh my god, that was so awesome. And then he was like, let's get a photo, where's your camera? And he was so nice. Like, the fact that he told the driver, like, hey, stop and go back to that girl, like, blows me away. God, he's such a beautiful, kind person. Wow. And another time, like, we were at Belfast Airport after seeing him. Oh my god, we were on his flight, but anyway, we were like waiting to board the plane, and we had our backs to him, like, out of politeness, because he was on like personal time, like it was the end of the tour and all that, and he was with his partner, so we were just kind of like letting him be and do his thing. Oh my god, and I had a really sore back, so my friend was like rubbing my back, and then I hear this voice, and I was like, oh my god, and like turned, and holy shit, it was Darren talking to us. That was so cool. And then he was just like chatting and telling us what he did the previous night, like to celebrate his birthday and everything, and holy shit, he's so nice. And I've had just like awesome days traveling and stuff, and like maybe well, the first day when my friend came over to the UK and we got like front row for the concert we found out that day, and like Oh, it was just so good. It was so good. Anyway, that's how. Worst day of your life. When I explain, like when I talk about this day to people, I'm like, that was like the worst day of my life. So I'm gonna just. I had sciatica. Well, I still have it, but so it's like 2 slip discs in my back that like pinch like the sciatic nerve that runs through the like my leg, and so I was in like agony, like, well, all the time. I was like, oh my god, the pain was so immense. And then I was like in the shower, and like everything just like seized up, and like I couldn't move, and like I couldn't even close my mouth. I was like drooling, I was hyperventilating, like I was just crying because like I was scared. The pain was like astronomical, and it was like all over my body at this point, and like my entire body just felt like it had pins and needles everywhere, and everything was like red, like red, and I was just like holding onto like the walls of the shower, and I was in there for ages because I couldn't like move until like somebody found me basically. So my friend had to help me get dressed, and I didn't care if he saw everything, and then like I had to go to the hospital in an ambulance, and it was so shit. I was in so much pain that like I was clenching my fists so tight that the nails like broke the skin on my palm. That was a bad day. Now the bad days are like when my best friend left and went back to Japan, and I missed her so much. Anyway, not fun to talk about, so let's move to the next one. Childhood dream. I've always wanted to be an archaeologist, paleontologist, or museum curator, but other dreams have been like traveling. Like I always wanted to go to Graceland, so Memphis, see where Elvis lived, London as well. Like that's because I love Mary Poppins so much, and Egypt. I really want to go to Egypt. Just traveling, like I always wanted to travel. At the start of the year, like in high school, every year we were asked to write down like our like dream or hope for that year, and I would always write to meet Mel C. So when I met her, that's something I could add to like good days. Like when I first met her, that was a pretty freaking awesome day. Like she was so nice. Yeah, so it's so good when you've got like a dream and then it like, oh, you could tick it off. And anyway, imperfections. Like in some social situations I get really nervous and anxious, and like in parties, like I hate going to a party by myself, like walking in by myself. It freaks me out. And I'm really bad at keeping in touch with people, which like then I get angry with myself about, because I feel like I'm letting that person down. Even like they mean like so much to me, but I'm like so slack at keeping in touch. So yeah, they're imperfections. Well, thanks for tagging me, guys. Like, how exciting. I'm sorry I'm like so slack at getting around to this. Another imperfection, I'm a procrastinator. Yep. Even though I was like, oh, when I finish work, I'm going to make a video or 2 tonight. And I was telling my flatmate, like when we went out for tea, like went off and we looked in Borders, and then we came home, and then we chatted, and then we had cups of tea, and then we did this and that. And now it is 4 AM and I'm making the video. Thank you for tagging me. I don't know if I'm going to tag anyone or not, as everyone that I am friends with, you guys are friends with, pretty much, so we'll see. I'll have a look. Alright, ciao.